Yo, this is me building an £1 million a year artist business from scratch. No songs, no fans, no Instagram, nothing. Videos are going to follow 3 steps. First is going to be Q&A. Second, I'm going to show you my process so far, and then document the process in the videos. And then thirdly, I've written it down somewhere. Thirdly, I'm going to show you my numbers and just show you where I'm at. First of all, it'll be what I'm aiming to do is in the community that I've built and in the comment sections answer people's questions. As my community is very quiet, and as a comment section, this is obviously the first video, so I haven't got any video questions. I'm going to go on Reddit, but I'd love to anybody that asks questions, answer them for you. So let's go. So I've gone on to songwriting Reddit, and first one is a vocal advice quest. I write and record music, however, I've always hated the sound of my voice, meaning I struggle to show demos to bandmates. I'm sitting on a bunch of solo songs that I'm too embarrassed to release. Even with pitch correction and other effects to mask the pitchiness and tone of my singing, I'm still always very displeased with the end result. I'm considering getting singing lessons. My concern is that lessons won't fix the tone of my voice enough so that I feel confident enough to call my singer. I had the same sort of thing, because singing, I was never one of those people who's opened the mouth and it sounded good. So through a lot of trial and error, I did try like Brett Manning's courses, and they were good. The biggest thing apart from going just singing and finding your edges was Chris Lipe, and he's on YouTube. He's amazing. I know Cheryl Porter. I don't know if she's more traditional approach. She's incredible, 100%. Chris Lipe is like he's totally unique. I've never found any other singing tutor like him, and his methods are next level. So I would, if you're struggling with singing, check him out. Check him out on YouTube. He's got Singing 365, which is like 55 quid a month, and you get to submit a video of you singing every week. And within that he's got loads of different programs like for your tone and power, and there is a heavy section, but you don't have to do that, obviously. You do what works for you. But he has been game changing. I definitely need to do more of his. But Chris Lipe, I would guarantee any singer would benefit from him. Even if you're really confident, I don't see any singers like even Daughtry. He's like amazing rock singer. He loves him. Ren gets in touch with him. I think it's Periphery, the singer from Periphery. He's linked up his Chris Lipe. I would strongly recommend it. Next question. This next one, songwriting, it's more of a discussion, really. The songwriting is the only fun part of making a song. Songwriting and figuring out chords and lyrics and melodies is amazing, and singing the song too and performing it for others. But recording the song, arranging it, mixing it, I don't know what you guys think about this. There are definitely some parts that are more fun than others. I used to hate mixing. I used to look at mixing and think, what is the point? But the more that I wanted to make my own songs, the more sense it made, because it can sound like you. So there's not mastering. I really enjoy it. I'm not a professional mastering engineer. I will master my own EP this time around, and I can master. I have mastered, but it's really good to outsource a thing, especially if you've worked on it for that long, even if you've mixed it. Now, Jack, I can't remember, the guy that mixes everybody, he's like mixed Taylor Swift and stuff. He says even in mixing, he sends it across to people. He gives it a go, and then if it's not sitting, he'll send it across. So you don't obviously having the flexibility to not do it is. But I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy it, and the process that I'm going through. I know there's bits that are a bit, but that's like with everything. And I don't know about you guys as well, but I found those bits that I've got resistance at, if I just do it, they're the big wins. But I guess, you know, some people are just really like performing, but I think having the whole thing sound like me, and then to be honest, the stages that I'm going to go through with the branding and having fans and having the community, they're definitely, I'm more like content making. It's like even things like waiting for your internet to connect if it's been dodgy, or just stuff like that. I'm more that side, but I'd love to hear what you guys are, because I know I'm sure there's a lot of people that would share the sentiment of that poster. Last one, advice on songwriting class. I've been writing songs since I was 13, done a lot of freelance composing online. Love to get opinions. If you're a student, what kind of topics would you be interested in? This is for all songwriters. If you are not confident on chord scales, check them out. Because in the same way where we've got one note scales, da 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 da, if you put chords on those, even 3-note ones, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 1, 4, and 5 are major chords. 2, 3, and 6 are minor. 7's diminished. So what that means, if you're in C major, you got C is 1, 2, 3, 4 is C, D, E, F, and 5 is G. So C, F, and G are major chords, and you've got 2, 3, and 6, which is C, D, E. They're both minor. F, G, A. That's 6. D, E, A is minor. It might sound like a lot of numbers, but if you remember the pattern is really simple. 1, 4, 5 major, 2, 3, 6 minor. And you put it into any key, you can write any major key. And then the minor keys have the same pattern. And obviously we want to be just writing songs and having music come out, but without thinking. But that's never going to just happen all the time, unless you're some sort of savant. I don't know, but it doesn't happen for me. And in terms of bridging the gap between when I'm inspired, great. If I'm not inspired, what's going to happen? I'm just going to sit and feel sorry for myself? No, because we like talking all the time when we can. And get inspired because we've got and we can express ourselves because we've got a framework of language. That's the same sort of thing with these theory things. It's to like being able to think about it and use them, and know what kind of emotions with using different instruments that provokes. And if you're feeling like that, you can just pick it out, because you know a certain progression with a certain instrument played in a certain way feels a certain way. And if that's what you're going for, try that. You get really experimental with it, and really creative, and really emotionally driven, and music as a language driven with it. So any songwriters that aren't familiar with it, or could do with getting more familiar with it, try it. Keyboards is the easiest because it's so much visually easier than guitar. Even if you haven't got a keyboard at home, if you put free online piano, you can play it on there. If you go on YouTube, I'm putting chord scales, like it'll come up, or harmonizing the major scale. And then just write songs in it, write little ideas just to get the familiarity of it. But I think that's been one of the biggest things. And then Victor Wooten's music lesson book. It's not strictly about songwriting, but in terms of emotion and music as a language, I think it does really directly correlate. Sweet. On to how the EP's going. I've got 4 or 5 songs, and 6 weeks is the time limit I put myself to get an EP ready. And then I'm gonna brand myself, and then I'm gonna get some fans and a content and community system for them. And then I'm gonna get things like merch, and then there's like a big offer, like a higher priced offer. So the 5 stages that my artist business career is going to need to get off the ground and stop like a cycle of just writing songs, putting them on DistroKid or whatever, and then putting them out into the ether. I wasn't even doing content. I hadn't even had an Instagram, to be honest. My stuff, I had my old stuff out on YouTube. That was it. There's nothing for people to go to. I wasn't promoting it, really. I had really limited ways to promote it. And even there's like so many artists doing things on Instagram. But it's just a bit of a hole in it. So you release something, you post a bit, you obsess over vanity metrics like views, and then it doesn't really do anything, and then you kind of spiral. So I was like, I've had enough. I had enough of this. Let's do something about it. So here are some of the tunes that I've got so far. This one it's kind of like it's more summery. This one, this EP, I've kind of gone more heavy in some of the songs, or you can't really hear it from this. But I really like Falling in Reverse. I used to listen to metal loads. I can't deal with it all the time. It's a bit much all the time, but I do like the emotion and the energy that it brings. So I've kind of been playing around with that. This one isn't the heaviest. But it's still got some nice guitars on. I've layered them. I'm using Archetype. I think it's Archetype. I don't even know how to say the band name. Gojira. Metal fans are going to hate me for that. But it sounds sick. I love it. I've only really started playing around with it kind of fairly recently, and it just sounds sick. Obviously, having a really nice amp would be great, but as I'm in a one-bed flat in London, that's not really it's not going to really do. So I've doubled these. Together. That's a crunchy one. And a bit of a meaty one. And this has been laying around on my hard drive for years. And I had like a nice little guitar riff. So it's bouncing. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't really used 808s that much. I think I have got one. I've just got the one. It should be actually the two. No, it is just one. I got some little synths. Hey. And then it's kind of a bit Bieberish, this. Oh, the main riff anyway is so I'm digging it. It was a bit it's a bit twee when I opened it up, but I wanted to keep the vibe because I really liked it. I've got some really rough vocals. The way I do vocals, when I'm putting it down, I don't really tend to be bothered about how good it's sounding. And loads of the time, I'll record takes that no one's ever really going to hear. Well, I'm going to show you, but it would obviously never be like something that's public. But it's more about the vibe. I find that like it's kind of when you're live, if you're kind of reading off a sheet, if you're doing cover gigs or whatever, you just can't get into it as much. There's always a block because you're focusing on something else. Sometimes it even happens when you're playing instruments, doesn't it? And singing. But I think the less that I bother about tone and notes and stuff, and just get the vibe. The tone does come. It just helps get the vibe down. So this is what I've got so far. I haven't really done that much mixing on it. I'm at the stage where I've kind of gone rogue off the arc that I'm following, that I built, has a set kind of structure for the 6 weeks. But you can obviously deviate from it. Creativity kind of, comes in waves. The way that the arc works, you will get there in a set time, and I'm finding it useful for structure. I've gone a bit rogue as well, because in the arc it's going to be like 3 to 4 songs in 6 weeks. I've gone for 5, I think, and then I got FOMO because I was like, oh, I've got this other song that I really liked, and then I was like, should I just work on that? And I spent a couple of hours on it. I just felt myself drifting. I was like, I'm not going to get ready. So where I am now, I'm getting everything so it's mixed enough, but arranged so that next week I can start doing vocals. So this one, a lot of the time I write on the guitar. A lot of this EP, in fact probably most of it, I've written the instrumental first. So it's a bit of a different process. Usually I go for a really strong top line first. It helps like with your chord progression if you're doing it at the same time. So this has been this has been reps in like a different approach. That's number 1. Number 2. Second one is, this one's like quite a lot heavier, which has been really fun to do. The intro kind of gone for like quite a bit of a wash. So on the master, I've got a bunch of like one knob. Hopefully you can see that. So I've got Waves 1 knob. I've got Super VHS by Baby Audio. I've got the Convology reverb by Impulse Records. I've got like a EQ saturator by P42 Climax, which I haven't used before. I've got Haiku by Soundspot, this one. I don't really know what it is. By the sounds of it, it was kind of like an adding air. I just really liked it. And then I've got Percolate, again by Soundspot. A lot of the time I've got like quite a lot of VSTs that I've got I haven't really used a lot, so I kind of have my go-tos, and I'll experiment with those, but then when I'm adding effects, I just like to bob anything on and just see what happens, kind of like just painting. And then I've automated that so that it are those. So they'll, you can't really see that well. Let me just move this. Yeah, so here, they go. And when it's the verse, opens up a bit. So drum wise, I've been using Easy Drummer, which I haven't used before. I've got some, I usually go for like electronic drums, or I'll play them in. I wanted to get like a vibe to begin with, but I also didn't want to like just have just generic patterns. So I've mixed a lot of them up. Up until this point, it's not fully arranged, but I've either mixed different fills around and patterns around so they fit my song and it's more tailored, or I've some of the time I've linked. These are my kicks. I've just linked my kicks with the bass. So for like, this is the break. Not too many of them, but and this bit, I found like the guitars I just wrote on the spot, so I don't really know. I don't know the riff. I couldn't play it if you asked me. So I don't know the rhythm yet. So for the bass, this is the bass. I was playing that in. I kind of got it rough, and I was like, I was thinking, how am I gonna get it nailed? But then I just thought, because it's MIDI. This is my guitar here. Oops. These are my guitars. Nice and beefy. Because I can see them, I can see the waveforms. I just zoomed out, and then hopefully you can see this well enough. But yeah, I just moved the MIDI. I just moved the MIDI around on here because I could line it up. I'll show you actually. So yeah, this MIDI, which is down here, I can just line up to here, the peaks, and that kind of sorted out. This one's got a really cool ending. So what I was talking about tailoring the drums, you can see more of it at the end. So the main bit of it's there. With this, it was quite fleshed out already. I did want something in this verse. More of a build-up really. I did want something just to fatten it out, so I got these synths, but I didn't want to put too much in because I can sometimes just add instruments because of the insecurity of not wanting to sound bad. So I just like pack everything in. But some of my favourite songs have loads of space, so I want to become a better musician by mastering space, which just means a big part of it is being okay with the sounds that I make. So I found this synth, and kind of like the master channel, I keep looking at the wrong bit. I absolutely ragged it with VSTs. So I've got an energy panner. It's from Contact, by his Hybrid Keys 2. His Contact were like the first set of VSTs that when I played, I was like, that's me. That's like how it's sounding, how I want it to sound. Because I was using like either synths before or other VSTs, and I just could never like get the sounds I wanted. Contact were a big breakthrough. So if you haven't used any, have a go because they're great. I've got Voxengo. So I haven't really played with Voxengo a lot, but I know from what I've read and heard, they're really good. So I was thinking, let's just try it out. So I've got a Gliss EQ. I've got a chorus, which makes a lot of difference. I'll turn that one on and off. Hopefully you can hear it. That's that. This is without. And there. And then with. I think it's great. That's probably one of my favourite things on there. I'll use that chorus again because it's really lovely. Latency delay, I just messed around with that. Tempo delay, messed around with that. I was actually looking for a proper delay, but found those. But on Spotify, never heard of it, but enjoyed that. What he did with that. A windy pad, poly squasher. These are new to me as well. And a shine chiller. So I just stuck on anything that I thought might sound good. Played around with it. And I got quite a cool sound. This one I've got loads of vocals on. I'm going to see if they sound good enough to show you. Oh, you know what? This is the process, isn't it? So this, I don't know if they're going to stay on, but I'll show you the beginning. And then you're in. Without it, they're just normal. They're just stacks. The random bit at the end that I need to get rid of. There, so I just doubled them and then panned them. They've just got really basics, just a stock reverb and delay that the project comes with, just to get a bit of a vibe on. As I say, I'm more bothered about the vibe, especially to begin with. I can then sculpt the sound so you'd want to actually hear it. But yeah, this was probably like their first. This is probably the heaviest I've done. I like there's two bits. That walk up riff's nice, and then the chorus is yeah, obviously I need to get the drums going, but that's number 2. This next one's a bit more chilled. I think this was a straight Dorf written one as well. like the verse, chorus. So yeah, some more guide vocals really. And we got Sky. So Sky, my girlfriend found this. They're having a sale online. Sky keys, they're really nice. That and the prints. If you've not seen the prints, it's goated. But by Cradle, the same people that did God Particle. It looks like this. It's sick. If you've never played on it, I'm happy to keep it off. I would strongly have a look on YouTube or something because it's proper sick. Right. I'm just going to put this VST on, back on. In fact, this bass, whoop, 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 that's from the Prince. It's a lead sound that I think. Like an old, I don't know, like stringy warp thing. But I just find that putting leads as bass that works really well as well. What we got next? Oh yeah, so I've got this break. I'm not sure if I've smoothed it out enough from the last session, but it's just coming up. Fades out nice. I'm not sure if I've got it going into it well, but with this Falcon UVI are really nice. So I've been using like Lo-Fi Dreams. So there was a piano on there. And then I doubled it with another piano from Falcon. It was a forgotten piano. It's a bit more clean with a bit of a delay together. It's quite nice. It's kind of got some lo-fi fire sounds on there. Then I got another piano, and I'm pretty sure it's a different piano as well, to all come in together at the end. So usually I play with two hands, but it's quite nice just writing separate parts on their own and then coming up with something, because I wouldn't have come up with that. I've been playing piano for ages, but that's definitely out of familiarity. I don't think I would have come up with that, like I say. So that was really good. I wanted to keep, there's quite a few parts here. I was trying to, as you can see, I've like deleted. Here, I've like deleted parts. I just wanted a bit of space to breathe. So all those bits together, along with some other ones. I might use that as an outro, so it's quite nice. But then, because underneath is like there's a piano. This Falcon, I can't remember if this was like some fire sound or something. Yeah. It's like a bit ASMR texture stuff. But I was liking that. There's no distorted guitar on that because I just didn't want it to do with everything. Could just get too, I don't know. I prefer to use textures and genres for emotions, not just have a default one for everything. I've obviously got a style that's kind of like poppy, rocky, indie, lo-fi stuff. I don't know. I just kind of like make music. I do like listening to rock and all those genres and stuff, but I don't tend to be like, right. I like hooks. But yeah, I just like playing with textures, so I don't really know. You can tell me what you think. The next one. Let's go next one. So this next one was like one of the, I think the first, it was the first one that kind of wanted to be written. You know, when you kind of, there's just music inside you. I was walking around with two or three days maybe. I just knew something wanted to be written, and it was this. The intro was the first bit that came out. That sort of vibe. This one I started really playing around with because actually before that there was a happy accident. So I copied and pasted sections just to get my structure, and I pasted the riff into. I've got like three different guitar tones, and that sounded really good. A bit meeting over process, but I really liked it. And then yeah, the strings on this one, I haven't really got into strings before. Is it this one that's got strings? Maybe it's the other one. Let me just double check. It is another one. This one's got a nice verse though. This is the chorus going into the verse. Start the timing, but I really like that. And then I guess I played around the bass station, so I had got the hardware version of the new one. But I've just moved flat suit somewhere. But this is a soft version of the older version. I really like sounds that sound terrible. Well, not, it doesn't sound terrible. It's very like 80s, I guess. Very distinctive. Really plasticky. I really like the angle of putting things that would sound out of place in the song on their own, layered with other things. I guess it's same sort of process as getting something that sounds terrible and then putting it underneath something that sounds great, and like snares or whatever. Or if you parallel compress and you super limit it. And the blend of it is really cool. So I put that on the second chorus. And the vocals, I just kind of put them down like as and when, like with the idea. And then this bit, so yeah, I need to refine that. The vocals are one of the things that I find it most challenging because it's probably the thing I'm least confident on, but the thing that I know I want to do it. I know it can sound good, and I also know how good I can go. Mike Patton's my guy, so Mike Patton levels aren't going to happen this EP, but steps towards, right? The break in this, sometimes I find the break difficult, because I always want the break to serve the song really well. It does my head in when songs have a really weak verse and break, and the rest of it's awesome. Like money in my mind. That's a banger. Sam Smith, when he came out with that, amazing. The break in it is weak sauce, man, and it kind of like ruins the enjoyment of the song. John Mayer's got a thing about two batteries, how like the energy needs to go from one end of the song to the other so it connects, and that just ruined the battery energy for me. This break, I tend to sometimes just go with the bass because I can hear where the bass wants to go, or the progression wants to go. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to make this break work. I think I can. I worked on it last session, and I added these higher synths. I haven't actually listened to it for a couple of days. Yeah, so that break, I think it'll work. I just need to make that a bit bigger. Or, you know, have a feeling that that bit, or this bit, can definitely work. This bit, I'm gonna have to vibe on that, because if it's too much of a change, I can have a tendency sometimes for my breaks just to come out of nowhere, and I like pushing the edges, but sometimes you can break the box or whatever. So then it kind of sounds like it should be in another song, which I'm not a vibe for most of the time. But that one's really good. I'm really enjoying that. Sometimes I think my songs are a bit like, not sad. I don't write sad songs all the time, but it's nice having like bangers. I think bangers is something that over the past few years I've wanted to make sure that I can write some proper party songs, some high energy ones. That'd be really fun to do live. The next one. So this next one was the only one on the EP that started out on the guitar, which is, as I say, unusual for me, because it's usually on the guitar, maybe on the piano sometimes, but yeah, this is what this one is. So this one's more chilled. I think this is the one with the strings. Unless I'm losing my mind. Unless there might be a different one. Maybe I haven't got. Maybe there must be a different one. I have got 5 to be fair. This is the Prince, man. So I'll find the synth one in a minute. The Prince. This I think it's sick. That's the by Cradle I was mentioning. Sick. So I've got the Prince. I've got another Prince actually. So none of these are really processed at all. I was just getting the idea down. Now I've got some more Prince. I've got bells that are here. Well, there's a bell, or like a fluty whoop whoop whoop, and then the bell. Oh, sorry. There you go. Boop. It's like a glocky bell. And pigments. I haven't really used artistry stuff loads, but I kind of got sucked in with pigments because of the look of it. It got me with the magpie syndrome. I'll use that for the bass. And then... I'm not using that. It's quite cool. That could be sick though. Maybe not in this, but... Yeah, that's the bass. I don't know what this is. I haven't labelled it properly. Nothing apparently. That's basically that for this. They got the... I don't wanna mess around, yeah. That's alright. Well, that was the verse melody, and then I forgot I put guitars on this. Yeah, that's really dope. I completely forgot I did that. I really enjoy it. Yeah, that's that one. Then the next one, which definitely has got loads of strings on. I don't know about you, but I just save things in really daft. Well, it's just working titles, isn't it? I don't know where it is. There's definitely another one. I have to have a look. Oh, I'm a bit worried because it was that one, the strings on. I've just checked on a recording I had, and the 2 sessions I've got don't have strings on, and I really like the strings. I think this is flattened. If I didn't save that was like one of my favourite things about it. I don't think I've got another session of it. Oh Jesus! I have to do it again. That's the thing, it's gone, man. I've opened. Where did it go? How didn't I save it? Well, I've got a recording of the strings, but it's on a patch where they've got like hundreds of thousands. Well, not hundreds of thousands, but just like so many strings. I don't know what. I'm not sure what they were. It's just gonna have to be its own thing now. Its new thing, because when it's kind of like a take, or it is a take, isn't it? I don't know if you found this, but if you try and replicate a take that was great, it's always just, it's really solid and forced. So, goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my strings. That one's gone. But another one that will vibe equally as well, if not better, will happen. And maybe I'll bob in some other things as well that I wouldn't have done if I'd have saved it like a professional. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just one of them things. Yeah, right. Enough about me losing my strings. Alright, so metrics. I got no Instagram. It's not set up. I haven't got any followers. I have got the tracks that I've got, so that's it. I'm going to record another video where I will have set up my Instagram, because I have got the previous week's reels recorded. So by the time you come back next time, keep me accountable. I will have posted all 3 onto my Instagram, because I was meaning to do that and I just haven't done it. So that will help. Have a dope day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.